Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ, and this is going to be a specialist video for people who are on DayZ PC who have come across a PBO error when they're trying to get into a server, where the error you'll be getting is something like the client has a PBO or a mod that isn't on the server, even though everything should be right. It could even be that you own the server and you've set the server up and you're trying to get on from your own PC, and it's not working. So for example, the problem I had was that I had a ban-off server that was set up perfectly with all the latest mods, all updated, all lovely jubbly. And I'd updated the mods on my local PC, and yet I was getting this PBO error that was saying there's a PBO on the client, so on my computer, that wasn't on the server, and it kept kicking me out. Now there's other reasons to get PBOs, and I will go into them after we've talked about this specific example. But what was happening is that there'd been an update to ban-off that had gone through, and for some reason my computer hadn't updated properly, and hadn't got rid of some PBO, some parts of the mod, and they were still sitting on my computer, which meant that when I tried to get into these servers, or into my server, or the server I was trying to get into, it was saying, no, you got this extra thing. So I was thinking, okay, I need to get rid of this extra thing, but nothing was working. And it wasn't working because I wasn't doing it right. And this was because of a misconception I had about where DayZ stores its mods. So in many of my videos, when I've said, how do you find your mods? Well, what you do is you go to where Steam stores your apps on your computer. So in my case, it's Steam, Program Files, x86, Steam, SteamX Common, and you go into DayZ, and there's the workshop folder there. It may be hidden. You might need to change your settings so that you can see hidden items. And this is where the mods are. But this isn't where the mods are, because these are all just shortcuts, aren't they? The mods are actually stored somewhere else. The mods are actually stored, if we go up a couple, they're actually stored in this folder here within the Steam Apps directory, in here and in here. These are all the mods here. So you can see they're all there, but there's no names against them. So what was happening to me is I was going into my DayZ workshop and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm having a problem with ban-off, just delete it. So at this point here, I would go right click delete, and I would just delete it, and I would empty my recycle bin, and I would go, right, it's gone. And then I'd fire up the DayZ launcher again, and I would say repair the ban-off mod, re-download it, and it'd go bump, and it'd go done really fast. So that made me think, oh, that's a bit strange. How's it done so fast? Because the ban-off mod is massive. It's like, I think it's almost 2 gigabytes. But anyway, so then I try to get back into the server, and lo and behold, I get another type of PBO error. It's not this exact one here, but this is just an example. So what I should have done is I should have actually gone into the mod here. So if I go into this mod here, if I go into ban-off, and if we click up here, you can see that the computer is telling me that this mod is at this location, but it's not. It's at that other folder. And what I should have actually done is within here, this is where I should have done that right click and deleted those files. And that would then delete those files not only from here, but actually where they really are. So they would be completely gone. And that point is when I would then go into DayZ and go in repair. It would then completely redownload that mod. But importantly, with all those extra PBOs deleted and gone, and then it worked perfectly. So if you do have a PBO error where it's saying there's a PBO on the client, so it's on your computer, when you're thinking, well, it can't be, do that. Go into the workshop, but actually go into the directory and delete the files, so nuke them so they're gone, and then nip off, and you should find you'll be able to get in. Now, the way that I found this out was through a very, very helpful video by this chap, and I will link to this in my video in the description if I can get into it. Here we go.
Hello.
By Jippy UK. He goes into it in a much more succinct way than I do. So go and have a look at his video and listen to what he says, and you'll probably understand it a little bit better. Now, if you're still here and you're thinking, well, that wasn't the PBO error I'm getting, so other common PBO errors you can get. The most common one is when you're trying to join a server you don't have the correct mods installed or selected. So make sure that when you go into a server and you're going to join it, make sure you set up DLC mods and join, and let your computer download those mods so you can jump in that way. If your mods aren't up to date and it's telling you that the server has a more up to date version, please wait for the client to update. Shut down DayZ, shut down Steam, fire it up again, and it should download the latest one. If it's an error where it says the client, so you have a more up-to-date version of the mod than the server does, well then you've got to wait for the server to update, so whoever owns the server needs to do that. If you are a server owner and you think you've done everything right, and you're getting a PBO error, things to remember are, obviously, make sure you've uploaded the latest version to your server. Make sure you've put the key from the keys folder on the server to the keys folder. Sorry, the keys folder in the mod to the keys folder on your server, and make sure that in your batch file start or additional mods that you've remembered to include the mod there, and all the spelling is correct, and you've restarted your server, and then people should find it easy to find. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully you found that helpful. Make sure you go and visit Jippy UK. Make sure you go and subscribe to him. Make sure you watch his video because it's very, very good. It taught me a lot. It's a bit confusing, this, because you think, well, wait a minute, how can a file be in two places at the same time? Well, it's not really. It's just the shortcut is directing you to somewhere. Anyway, there we go. So if you found this video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will, of course, see you again soon.